Ew, AI? Why did someone ew AI? What's wrong with AI? Please, no more AI? Well, what's wrong with AI?
AI isn't just AI art. That's just a very small thing.
Sick of AI art?
Like
I've never seen AI art. I don't know what AI art is. Never seen it before. Never heard of it.
It's basically just...
That's the sound of pirate, mate.
It's just... It's generated. Right? So basically, an AI goes in, it generates... You type in a phrase, right, on the internet, and then what it does is it gets lots of different arts and pictures, and then generates the phrase from all the databases. It's found on
That's so clever.
It is very clever. But basically, the main reason people don't like it is because it takes from actual artists, and you can't get the credit for the artists. The artist's work then being used in the AI art, if that makes sense. It's kind of like,
it's kind of like sources.
Yeah, it's like sources, but that you can never credit them because you have no idea where the original art...
God, that's such a weird, unique problem.
Yeah, it really is. It is immoral because all
you
these
never know
artists
where
are putting all in this hard work, right? And then it's getting stolen by this AI.
Okay, so is it stealing art or is it stealing art style?
It's stealing.
Because
it's taking that art.
If it's taking the art and making something new, isn't that just parody? Isn't that like copyright parody law?
It's not unlawful, but it's immoral, basically. So the idea is the AI can do something that an artist could do, but worse, by stealing from other artists instead of... So people buy the AI art instead of buying real art, basically.
I see. So it kind of takes the skill out of art. Oh, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's like, obviously AI is quicker and easier, and let's say you just wanted an image or something, that would be the easiest way to get it. But then also there's these artists who dedicated their lives.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it kind of similar to when like automated machines took over factories?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the same thing. So now there's
okay, I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but is it not kind of inevitable then? Sadly.
Well, no. The reason why AI won't be distributed by art is because I believe that art is used to help people see the world. So, and a really obvious example, you know, we were watching the Dream SMP animatic earlier.
We were.
TommyInnit joins the game.
It was pretty good.
That helps me see that time, and it can't, because there was shit going on. There was tough times in real life, but there's also that fucking thing, and it helps. It's timeless, and it helps you see the world. And I just think, I think anyone who makes anything should keep going and not stop.
So Awesome Dude's made an AI that you just give it a word and it creates whatever you said. It's like what people are saying about AI art, but it's not art. It's a tool, basically.
I think if we go into questions of morality about that AI, creating it, completely fine. Right, using it, completely fine. But when you sell it...
the AI?
When you charge someone for an image, that's when it gets kind of...
Yeah, why?
Because
if I made a thing, if I made a fucking, what's an example of a tool people would do? Like a blacksmith, and you want to come around and make a sword, you have to pay to use my anvil. That makes sense. Yeah, if Sam makes a fucking banger AI that comes up with and then makes people pay to use it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because in many ways, what's that different to art commission then? If you're just you're paying to use a tool. I think it's interesting because... How can you possibly know what art it's trained on and what it's stealing from?
Well, that's the problem. You don't know that.
Then how do you know it's doing it at all?
Well, okay.
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
No, okay, listen.
Schrodinger's cat.
Okay, listen.
Isn't that the cat? No, that's Shane Dawson.
Okay, so you got to think. An AI can't just generate an image. It doesn't have the capacity. You can't code an AI just generate an image from...
Well, no, that's exactly what Sam's doing. It does words and then reads descriptions to create what it thinks that image is.
Okay, so the AI will go on Google and search up those terms, go on images, and then look at all those
Do artists
images.
not do that with reference images, though?
Well, that's...
No.
Yeah, but there's that thing where people get pissed off. It's bad if you trace other people's art.
But artists still...
What if you trace bits of other people's art? Where's the limit? How much of other people's art can you trace before it's fucking...
Artists or copy, that's just copying art.
No, but here's the thing. No art is original. Absolutely no art is original.
Yeah, but of course not. But the whole point is no part of AI art is original.
No. But okay, I understand that the AI didn't put in any work to create the piece, but the person who made the AI put in work, and should they not be able to commission for people to use their code? Yes, because that is their intellectual property that they should be able to charge for.
Let's say you're a good streamer, right?
Yeah.
And you spent your entire life streaming.
Yeah.
Then someone codes in AI, and the AI just streams better than you, and you can't do anything about it. And then
that's completely fine.
Everyone stops watching you. Everyone stops watching you, and they all go do that AI because it's that AI does
that's
way
just
more.
survival of the fittest.
That AI streams way more than you.
Yeah.
AI streams way more than you. Doesn't sleep. Streams 24/7. Always has funny jokes because they've got all the other streamers funny jokes.
Now that's not going to happen if people have a fucking...
the best every game. You know, the whole point is the AI just does everything better than you. You can't do anything. Right? All your
is this
skill,
hypothetical or is this actual?
This hypothetical? All your skill is then invalidated because this AI just does it better because someone coded it.
But surely isn't that just kind of the way the world's going, though?
Yeah, but the whole point is that that's not the way the world should go. If AI just eventually takes over the whole of humanity because AI does everything better because someone coded it, then humans are just... What are humans going to do? Just sit there and let out...
Industrial tools, stuff like that are now being automated.
Yeah.
Does that not then...
But the difference is, right, those industrial tools make up, like, human, like, mechanics. The human still has to operate them most of the time. The problem with AI is it simulates the human's brain. And that's when it gets dangerous, because if a human's brain isn't... If you don't need a human's brain, like, at all, what's the point in humans existing?
Man, we should all just give up.
If AI overtake, because like, okay, Industrial Revolution was an AI that lifts something heavier than a robot lifts something heavier than a human. If the robot is just does everything a human,
so just say give up.
All right.
I'm seeing a lot of in chat about people saying you can't train AI without using other people's art, but we know you can because it's literally what Sam's working on. So
what do you mean?
So
okay, now that's my question. So let's say someone's made this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, so he has an AI. What? So think about to draw art. A human brain is to see other art. A human brain can't just create. A human brain can draw a line, right?
Yeah.
But for a human brain to draw a face, they have to see a face.
Yeah.
An AI has never seen a face. So would you show an AI lots of photographs?
Or lots of pictures of faces?
Would the AI draw photographs?
Okay, AI is like clearly a fucking powerful thing, and when you can sort of do what you want, but there's an age-old saying: great power comes great responsibility. So if this art is fucking making sure everyone's getting it right and compensating the people it nicks from, that's fine. But like, it just depends on if it's used responsibly, and I think that is all that's important. And like,
okay. Yeah.
So I have a question. If you train an AI, an AI that generates art using purely images from public domain databases, if you wanted to create something that's morally correct, if you use that AI and you train it using images that are purely non-copyrighted, public domain, anyone can use, and then you use it to generate good art, and then you sell that.
What art is public domain?
Huh?
What art is public
Loads
domain?
of art. There's databases. For instance, like there's databases of photographs, there's databases of illustrations.
How do you know every single artist in those databases have submitted their art to be
because it's curated.
Used for an AI.
It's curated. And if it's public domain, it doesn't matter what it's used for. It can be used for anything.
That's a legal thing, right? But then you're still using someone else's art for this thing that will...
Yeah, but at that point, they've already surrendered it and they have given away their say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's essentially the best way to do it, but it's invalidating other artists who have spent a lot of time working on the thing. So yes, essentially that would be the legal best way to do it. No one.
But is it not moral if the artists have already agreed to let people do whatever the hell with their art by putting it in the public domain, and people are using it to train a database? I don't see.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a matter of just not being a dickhead and being kind.
I mean, at the end of the day, we've got our understanding, and I fear if we talk too much about this, we're gonna go in circles.
Well, I'm interested about how to make it like available. So people are saying like the issue is about consent, but I'm saying with a public. With the public domain, the artists have already consented to give this art away for everyone to do whatever they want with.
And it's not fucking...
That's no consent. How is it not? If an artist has made a piece of it...
Terms of service, right? So, terms of service, a big company has a tick a box where it goes, you can use all my info.
Yeah.
And that means the company has the rights to your info. So
no.
Like, let's say you tick a box and you say, the company can use your information for... their advertisement curation, right?
Yeah, there's some bullshit like isn't there some companies can like use your messages and shit and photos that are private because you press that box? But then who's fucking reading all them terms and conditions?
That's fine.
I read it.
You're such a little pussy.
Yeah, but that's okay. So that's legally.
No, so if the issue is about not giving consent, when an artist submits their art to a curated database, which is public domain, free use, no strings attached, it is fully able to be commercially licensed, completely public domain. Surely, doesn't that, by proxy, also is them giving consent to have it used to train AIs? Is that considered consent?
That's consent, yeah.
Yes, but others can put in your art which is not in the public domain. Yeah, you shouldn't use art that isn't in the public domain.
Yeah, let's say in an ideal world.
In an ideal world, that's how it should be done.
That would make sense with the AI just not being stealing art, right? But in reality, no AIs do that.
In an ideal world, if the programmers wanted to monetize the AI, which is their tool, they would have to agree to train it using public domain records.
Yeah, that's only half the debate. The other half is then going, that's when we go into the AI taking over the human space of art, for example.
Yeah, but I feel like it just can't happen. You know what I mean? I feel like I am never going to buy a piece of art made by a computer, and that might just be me. But
exactly.
and it might be It might be cheaper.
I think that's what should reassure all.
But like,
artists.
I look for when I want to buy a piece of art, because I've done it quite a lot of times before, just for like cool backgrounds. If I want to commission something like that, I will go on Instagram and look for a person. I'm not going to look for a robot.